Okay, so the most insane update is just dropped in the game, so I don't know if you guys already upgraded to version 1.48, but if you go to the pet shop, first of all, the pet shop now looks much better than it used to be before, but you know, let's put it aside and see that you can now buy the legendary pets that you could previously buy from the deals now at the pet shop. But obviously those pets still cost credits, so you would have to consider that. But if you see, previously you could buy the entire deal for 1,500 credits, and now it only costs 1,000 credits to buy each pet. So now you don't have to wait to a specific date of a sale to buy the tailed beasts. And if you are a new player, it's much better than buying the pet that you want right now from the pet shop, rather than waiting, you know, sometimes few months for a good pet to drop in the deals. So these are all the pets that are available. All of them cost 1000 credits beside QB that cost 5000 gems, because QB was part of the package that costed 7,800 gems, so this is why it costs gems. And also, if you can see here, you can now go and rename your pets. So I've renamed my pet to just a bat because it's funny, so I can rename the QB to I don't know, for some funny stuff, and the pet is renamed. So now I can do that as well. And of course there is also the update of the gender swap. So if you have a male character and for some weird reason you would like to make it a female, now you can go ahead and press change, and it costs 10,000 gems, but you can change it to a female. But also make sure that you read the message below that it says that this process is irreversible. That means once you change to a female, you won't be able to be back to a male character unless you do the gender swap again. But now when you do that, it will cost all of the clothes that you bought from the shop. So if I have any of those clothes from the shop, obviously I will lose them and I will have to buy them again. And this process only costs you the clothes that you bought from the shop, so it doesn't cost you any clan rewards or any clothing that you had from events and so on, so you don't have to worry about that. But also there's another update in the blacksmith. So the blacksmith now also looks much better than it used to before, and if you scroll all the way back to the level 100 items, you can see that you can actually upgrade your old most favorite weapons from the shop to level 100. So I don't know guys if you remember like those weapons that you used to have like when you were level 80, level 60 or level 40, but those weapons were neglected because those weapons effect became irrelevant. So let me show you an example for some of those weapons. So for example, let me get these weapons. So there is the blazing shuriken, blood charm tessen, also the shark head sword, Nenryu tessen, and you know there are many, but I bought the ones that I like the most. And also there is this one that I really like, the windmill shuriken. So if I go to the blacksmith, okay, I got 23,000 runes, which is more than enough. So let's first of all start with upgrading the lowest level. So if I upgrade the dazzle windmill, it upgrades from level 90 to level 22, and it increases to 12% accuracy. Here it says ignore 12% of the target's dodge rate, which is, you know, the same as accuracy. So I can use my Magatama to upgrade, which I will use just to save some gems, some runes. And now it's upgraded to level 22. But that was the final update that you could do in the past, so there wasn't another update to this weapon so far, and you would kinda stuck with it. And you know, if you go to level 40, this weapon can still be useful, but after a while, you know, you realize that you can't really do anything with this weapon. So the same goes to this one. This one has I mean, kind of cute effect that it recovers HP after using jutsu. So it's also something nice, and I can forge it. So now I forged it to level 50. But then again, those weapons will never be useful at level 60, because now you can get weapons with accuracy, for example this one. So this one increases 50% accuracy, 15 sorry, and it's very much useful if you compare to the other weapons. So you get like useless weapons that you can't do anything with it. And also this one, for example, is one of my most favorite weapons in the game, so the same applies to that. It recovers 12% CP every turn, which is amazing. But then again, you have clan weapons that increase 20% CP, and still it gets a little bit irrelevant, and there's not much that you can do with this weapon. So let's say I've upgraded and bought all of those weapons. Also this one, it's also nice, it inflicts burn for 3 turns, 1%. So let's say I bought all of these weapons. Now there is not much that you can do except upgrading it to level 80, but then again, those weapons at level 80 have a nice effect, but this effect is not very useful as well, because still when you upgrade this to level 80, it burns 3% for 2 turns, which is also very similar and also weaker to weapons that we have currently in the game. So let me upgrade it. Missing Magatama, the blue one, so I will use runes to upgrade just to save some time. And now I can actually upgrade it to level 100. So now it's going to actually be different, because now this weapon increases accuracy by 25%, which is awesome, because now it's actually becoming more useful you know, in PvP or when you're fighting against bosses and so on. And also it inflicts burn for 5% for 2 turns, which is now also very useful, you know, whether you play in PvP or you play in PvE, you know, like against bosses. So this weapon became very relevant, and you can actually start using that in the game. So you don't have to actually buy any deals to use this weapon, because now you can just go to the shop, buy and upgrade it. And the same goes to this weapon. So you upgrade it from level 22 to level 100, and you get like 45% accuracy, which is insane, because it rivals a lot of existing weapons in the game. Obviously it's not the best, because you can get weapons with 50% accuracy, but still, if you don't have any of those weapons, for some reason you don't want to play Clan Wars, PvP, or I don't know, you don't want to play anything, but you still want your character to be strong, you can go ahead and buy those weapons from the shop and upgrade them. So now I've got myself 2 very useful weapons, and the same goes for this one. Now it recovers 15%, and also I get 15% accuracy, which is awesome, because now I can actually use this weapon. So if I go back and go to the gear, I can also upgrade the Kutatsu, which I've done previously. So you see that you take those weapons that were useless before, and now you've actually upgraded them to a point that they can actually be used. And also most of those weapons look like their original design, which was very beautiful. And I understand that many people would be upset that you can't equip weapons that you personally like their design, because they don't have a strong effect. So now their effect is actually stronger, and you can actually use them. And you know, for example, this one is pink. I think this looks beautiful, just as this weapon, it very looks nice. And also this one, that used to be my favorite weapon, you know, to use from level 20, 40, and now again. So if I need additional accuracy, I can use that. If I want to play against bosses or earth users, I can use this one. Or if I want just CP recover, I can use this one. So I'm going to equip this one because I really like the way it looks, and I can change the back item, you know, just to recover just for something else. But this is like the beginning of all of those great updates that are coming into the game, because there are going to be a lot of updates coming, and many of them will be available for users that can't really get those limited items from different game modes, but still want to improve their characters. So all you have to do is just go to the hunting house, you know, Just play daily against those bosses, collect the Magatamas, and then use those Magatamas to improve your weapons. Or if you're lazy, you can go to the Advanced Academy, buy some runes, you know, for example, you want to convert 5,000 gems to 10,000 runes, and then use them to upgrade your weapons. So it works either way, it's up to you, but now it's much more accessible and much more easy to do that. So I can get like a decent pet from the shop, and by the way, this pet is very nice, and it's only for 400 gems, so you know, if you want to save some, I recommend getting that. And obviously right now the only weapons that can be upgraded to level 100 are emblem weapons, I mean premium user weapons, but don't worry, gradually over time you will be able to upgrade more weapons to level 100, and it's going to make the game much more different than it was so far.